It's 2:32 p.m. This is the entity that's not only group stalking, engaging in state surveillance and relevant position in the specific environment, it is also engaging in the same exact terrorism, stalking in a helicopter, the amplification of which is the ability to monitor on the internet. And that's what's going on now while I am uploading the evidence onto the venue of the internet. I am identifying the internet as a venue because I am making what is the same exact entity, public entity, the people of the state and the state acting directly, go right on to what is the venue, another place where the government is surrounding and engaging in what is monitoring and keeping you under surveillance on the internet, which is also relevant to Title 18, where you are monitoring with communication devices, and interstate is relevant to what is interstate commerce, which is the language in that in Title 18. But I want to be clear, relevant to what the entity is doing, keeping you under surveillance physically in the path, group stalking you, also engaging in placing you under surveillance, federal stalking on what is nothing other than another venue online. Everything that the entity is saying, everything where the entity is going, it's relevant to the same exact criminal system. And I want you to understand how commercial stalking, they are directly engaged in that state's pattern of conduct. The entity is monitoring on an ongoing basis. And this is ongoing obstruction of justice, which Amazon Prime is documented engaging in. So it's 2:34 p.m. and what you are looking at is the entity that's engaged in the pattern of conduct, the ongoing intent to engage in. I will show you this. The pattern of conduct of engaging in what is seeking to obstruct your ability to publish your evidence onto the venue of the internet. This is directly relevant to the federal government. This is a very serious federal charge. The entity that's threatening your life wants to silence you from being able to report that, prosecute, enforce your rights while you are literally being hunted like an animal 24/7. That's an intolerable level, and you are looking at what is nothing other than, it's nothing less than a pattern. This is exactly what the entity is doing, and flying in circles in helicopter while I am uploading that evidence, while I'm documenting the people of the state and the state, while I name specific actors. It's speaking to enhancement in federal prison. It is currently 2:34 p.m. and the entity as group stalking not only with Amazon Prime, and that driver is a third party who's going to federal prison. Amazon Prime is a part of the same criminal act of obstruction of justice. It does not cease to be a part of the same entity where the entity is still engaging in what is the elements of monitoring online. Okay, understand how it is a very broad and resourceful government that is very highly corrupt, as you see, using companies engaging in the same exact demonic activity, hiding very, very, very malicious demons. Okay, Jung Pak of 1808 #1. That's a demon that lives at the crime scene. Amazon Prime, you have demons that are coming wearing the badge with the smiley face, delivering a package. And this is a demon that is engaging in the same exact criminal presence, activity creation, representing a communication device, and equally and no less engaged in that ongoing system of what is designed to criminally obstruct justice. This is built into the prosecution for federal group stalking and monitoring. The entity that's monitoring you seeks to obstruct justice. That's the nature of a corrupt government that wants to conceal its criminal system. This is why it is referred to as a secret society, by the way. Enhancement or a prolonged time in federal prison is built into that federal prosecution for federal group stalking and monitoring. In other words, that's what I'm getting to. It is currently 2:36 p.m. and this is documentation of all of the people of the state. All 59 units are going to federal prison. You have what is nothing other than an additional name, additional face, a different face. It's the same entity. Amazon Prime shouldn't be a shock to you because I've told you there is no respecter of persons when you are understanding and recognizing the specific environment. It does not matter what you're doing. The demon possessed are relying on, oh, I'm cutting the grass in the engineered light. I'm delivering a package in the specific environment. I'm providing services that you requested. I work at the specific environment. Oh, I live at the specific environment. Oh, I'm just visiting somebody. I don't even know the targeted individual at the specific environment. It's the pattern of conduct. All right, it is currently 2:36 p.m. That is LAPD at what would be for the, let's see. I think this is the 13th time sounding helicopter activity to communicate a threat. You saw them engaging and flying in a circle this morning. As I caught them on camera, the demon possessed, their demented mind state is to engage in more threatening conduct, especially as they are both fearful of being exposed, but at the same time psychotic and obsessed enough to continue to do it. And in spite of that documentation, and this is what the federal government is directly becoming informed about and prosecuting accordingly, okay, and creating additional federal laws accordingly, and also punishing accordingly. It is 2:37 p.m. This is P.O.C. what I want you to see is the maintenance of the light source. The light source is remaining over me. Not only, remember, the entity engaged in kidnapping me. It is the light source. It's right here hovering over me, just like you see it every other day. Not only is this the 2301 is where the entity engaged in kidnapping. The exact same entity that's group stalking now that I'm in LA is continuously posing a threat to my life, my physical safety, my overall well-being, my liberty. And this is the same entity that engaged in kidnapping. So at 2301 South Euclid Avenue, the same entity stalking day and night in helicopters, criminally summoning that demon-possessed agency, the Ontario Police Department. This is the same entity, LAPD, engaging in then what is kidnapping while they are together artificially engineering facts where they are engaged in the system of federal group stalking and monitoring. This is the malice and the life-threatening behavioral pattern. And this is also why they're all going to federal prison, because you understand their pattern of conduct. And this is an intolerable level of facilitation and the ongoing engagement and threat of not only to your life. Remember, this entity is opening up my apartment, threatening me in this regard, having engaged in a pattern of kidnapping. The light source is not only remaining at 231 South Euclid Avenue, where this entity engaged in kidnapping me before, and then engaging in what is the exercise of fictitious authority while the state is engaged in state surveillance, entertaining a fictitious prosecution in the courts, which is nothing other than another facilitating venue where the light source is captured as a matter of documentation, by the way, including stalking by helicopter by the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, which I documented. This is June of 2022. This is the video documentation that's already uploaded. You have what is also kidnapping at the Ovid Family Community Library, and the light source is as a matter of documentation, not only at Economy Inn, but also at the Ovid Family Community Library, where the entity kidnapped me from both venues, and the documentation of the specific environment is revealing exactly what's going on here. The light source, which is not possibly the sun, as a matter of documentation, both rising and setting at those addresses. It's 2:39 p.m. This is P.O.C.